turkey, stuffing, gravy, pumpkin pie, and that one aunt that won't quit pinching your cheeks. We all have these fond memories. Them is included in today's topic. In honor of the new year and big changes to come, we decided to film this as our very first video using our brand new studio camera. This is the first time we've used it, and we don't really have all the bugs worked out or even sure how this is going to look yet. But that being said, hey everybody, what's up, and welcome back to Macabre'Gorium Labs presents a showcase of things likely forgotten, holiday edition. My name is Bats, and I hope you'll join me today as we take a look at today's topic, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Friends, family, and turkey. Today's topic, we're going to go all the way back to the year 1973 to visit the Peanuts gang once again as they celebrate Thanksgiving. But first, let's see who made this special come to life. As we said in our 2024 Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown video, these characters are based on the comic strip Peanuts by Charles M. Schulz. Produced by Lee Mendelson Film Productions and Bill Melendez Productions, this 25-minute Thanksgiving special would become an iconic holiday watch all over the world. With Bill Melendez and Phil Roman directing this Thanksgiving special, it would be the first Peanut special that had a script written that was not taken from the original comic strip.
Well, except for the football gag at the beginning.
A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving would air for the first time on CBS on November 20th, 1973, and win an Emmy Award in 1974. It would also release in Canada on October 6th, 1973, and the BBC on February 19th, 1976. We've already taken a look at most of these characters in our previous Peanut special, but let's do a quick rundown. Charlie Brown returns, and he's voiced by Todd Barbee, and he's our main character. Next up would be Snoopy, voiced by Bill Melendez. Woodstock the Bird would also be voiced by Bill Melendez. Sally Brown, voiced by Hillary Momberger. Lucy Van Pelt, voiced by Robin Kahn. Linus van Pelt, Lucy's brother, would be voiced by Stephen Shea. Peppermint Patty, voiced by Christopher DeFaria. Marcy would be voiced by Jimmy Aarons. And finally, Franklin, voiced by Robin Reed. Now with that out of the way, let's dive into the special. Classically, the special begins with Lucy holding a football and having Charlie Brown attempt to kick it in the usual gag. Lucy convinces Charlie Brown to try and kick the football by saying he is honoring the tradition of football on Thanksgiving. Charlie, wondering if he can believe her this time, tries to kick the ball. Of course, Lucy pulls the ball away and Charlie lands flat on his back as Lucy remarks, some traditions fade away. The opening credits begin to roll as we join Snoopy and Woodstock as they're walking by in pilgrim hats carrying a cork rifle. We then see Charlie Brown and Snoopy at the mailbox. Snoopy dives headfirst and scrambles around. Charlie Brown watches sadly since he didn't get any mail at all. Sally arrives and asks Charlie Brown what is wrong, and he tells her that he was waiting for the mail but didn't get any. Sally's exasperated with him and asks him what did he want to get, a turkey card? And then Charlie starts in with his normal pessimistic attitude and says holidays always depress him. I get it. Sally commiserates with Charlie for a minute, telling him she went to buy a turkey tree but only found Christmas trees. That's right, Christmas trees before Thanksgiving. Lucky you. Most of us have to suffer through getting them before Halloween. Sally doesn't think she has anything to be grateful for, noting that Thanksgiving just means more work in school. Linus comes up upon the Browns and asks what they're upset about. Charlie tells him that they have another holiday to worry about. Sally laments that she hasn't even eaten all of her Halloween candy yet. Hey, me either. Linus says that they are the first country in the world to make a national holiday to give thanks. He then asks Charlie Brown what they're going to do on Thanksgiving, and Charlie lets him know the plan is to go to their grandmother's for a family dinner. Since Sally has a crush on Linus, she invites him to come with them and they hold hands under the table. Linus yells and puts his blanket over his head and walks off. Later we see Charlie Brown watching TV when Peppermint Patty calls and asks to see how he's doing and if he misses her.
She flirts with Charlie Brown a little bit, but then gets down to business.
Patty says that her dad has been called out of town, but says that he told her she could go to Charlie Brown's house for Thanksgiving. Patty goes on to say that she doesn't mind inviting herself since Charlie kind of likes her. Charlie Brown tells Sally about the call and points out they aren't even going to be home for Thanksgiving. Patty calls back with greater news and basically manipulates Charlie into having a dinner at his house while also inviting Marcy. Charlie tries to tell her about not being home, but Patty being Patty, she doesn't let Charlie get a word in edgewise. After a few minutes, Patty calls back again and says that Franklin is there and she's inviting him to Charlie's big turkey party too. As Charlie is hanging up the phone, Linus walks in and asks what's wrong now. Charlie quickly fills him in on what's going on. Linus points out that Charlie could just call her back and explain how he won't be home. However, worried that Peppermint Patty will hate him for the rest of his life, he points out that you can't talk to her since she never lets anyone else talk. Linus tries to help, asking what time the Browns are going to be at their grandmother's house. After finding out the Browns are supposed to be there by 4:30, Linus suggests having 2 dinners. And as expected, of course, Charlie Brown has a problem with this idea too. Charlie says he can't cook a Thanksgiving dinner. All he can make is cold cereal and toast. Not to be thwarted by Charlie's attitude, Linus offers to help him make dinner for their friends. With Linus taking over, he directs Snoopy, who walked in while the boys talked, to go get a table and chairs from the garage. Snoopy gets Woodstock to help him and get the ping-pong table out of the garage. Linus comes out to check up on Snoopy, finding Snoopy and Woodstock playing. He gets mad as Snoopy's playing and not getting the chairs set up. So it's back to the garage for Snoopy to find the chairs.
And he does find the chairs, but the lawn chair fights with him.
We next check in with Marcy and Patty. Marcy wants to know what they should wear to the party, and Patty says she's wearing what she has on, commenting that Charlie Brown always wears the same striped shirt. And he does. Franklin comes in and lets the girls know that he spoke with Charlie and the party will start earlier in the day. He wonders if he should wear a tie, but Patty says he can come as he is. You go, Patty. Back at Charlie's house, Snoopy is finishing getting the table ready for the dinner.
Now you may be wondering what the dinner is going to be, since Charlie Brown can't cook a traditional Thanksgiving dinner.
Traditional being the operative word here, because now, let's take a look at what Linus is up to. We get a look at Linus, Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and Woodstock in the kitchen making a lot of popcorn and buttered toast. The meal also has dishes of jelly beans and pretzels. After setting the table, Snoopy goes to his doghouse and puts on a pilgrim outfit complete with pilgrim hat. Woodstock attempts to walk away, but Snoopy pulls him back to get dressed as a pilgrim as well. Back at Charlie's house, he asks Snoopy how he'll be able to serve food in that outfit and instead gives him a chef hat. Patty, Marcy, and Franklin show up for the party and Charlie warmly welcomes them. They all go into the backyard and sit down while Snoopy brings out a domed plate of food. But before they begin, Peppermint Patty asks if they should say grace first. They all agree and Linus stands up to say a quick prayer and thanks for the freedom and justice. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Snoopy lifts the dome and begins to serve each kid some toast, jelly beans, popcorn, and pretzels. Patty is upset the food isn't traditional Thanksgiving dinner and angrily turns to Charlie Brown for an explanation. Patty wants to know where the turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie are. Feeling bad, Charlie leaves the table while Marcy points out that Patty did invite herself to dinner. Feeling remorseful, Patty wants Marcy to apologize for her, but Marcy says Patty should do it herself. Patty insists that Marcy goes as she fears that she is too rough and won't do it right. Marcy talks to Charlie Brown and explains that Patty didn't mean the things she said. In fact, she actually really likes Charlie Brown. Charlie, down as usual, tells Marcy he has ruined everyone's Thanksgiving. However, Marcy reminds Charlie that Thanksgiving isn't about eating, but also about being together. Patty motions to Marcy to come to the kitchen door to see how it went. Patty and Marcy come back from the kitchen door as Patty holds her hand out to Charlie Brown and asks, "Apology accepted, Chuck old boy?" While holding Charlie's hand, there's a little more flirting from Peppermint Patty before the clock chimes that it's 4 p.m. already. Since the Browns are supposed to be at their grandma's house by 4:30, Charlie calls her to let her know they're going to be a little late. He explains that he invited his friends over and that they are still there. Grandma asks how many friends there are and if they've had dinner. After finding out they haven't eaten yet, she invites all the kids to her house for Thanksgiving dinner. Patty rushes out to tell the others, and everyone is super excited as they pile into the car. As they head out, they wave goodbye to Snoopy and Woodstock. During the ride, Marcy and the others start singing Over the River and Through the Woods. However, Charlie has to point out that the song doesn't match the situation, as Grandma lives in a condo. Back at Charlie Brown's house, we see Snoopy and Woodstock go into his doghouse and get a table and chairs out for them to eat their turkey. The two enjoy their turkey dinner, and at the end they do the traditional wishbone wish, with Woodstock winning. As credits roll, we see Snoopy and Woodstock enjoying their pumpkin pie. This iconic special has been enjoyed for decades, and here in 2025 it's still a holiday staple for a lot of families. It is streaming on Apple TV, or you can buy copies of it on DVD and VHS formats from online sites like Amazon and eBay. With a lot of movies from the 1970s to the 1990s, it has some outdated opinions that may or may not work so well today. This one has its own controversy, however it deals with politics and religion. And as you know, those are things we don't generally talk about here at the Labs, and I have kind of fond memories of sitting down with my papa and my grandma and watching this one as a kid. It was fun for the time, but that being said, you know what I think? I've just gotta ask. Did you watch this holiday special? If so, what was your favorite part? If not, what was your favorite childhood snack, toy, show, movie, or other memory? Did we forget something, get something wrong, or leave something out? Do you have a suggestion for a future video, or maybe just want to drop in and say hi? Either way, feel free to head on down to the comment section, because most of the time, we look forward to hearing from you. And with that, unfortunately, we've come to the end of another Macabre'Gorium Labs Showcase of Things Likely Forgotten Holiday Edition. My name is Bats, and I hope you had a good time today as we took a look at the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Friends, family, and turkey. Be sure to check back next time because you never know what we have in store. And as usual, think for yourselves. Be excellent to each other. Keep it creepy. Don't you pull that wishbone. Hey, these videos are a ton of fun to make. Although they are a lot of work, it is quite rewarding even if not that many of you watch. But we have noticed that several of the people who watch our videos aren't subscribed, so if you want to help out the channel, hit that subscribe button and check out another one of our videos. We also have a Patreon with a whole bunch of exclusives and Patreon exclusive content. Check that stuff out. We'll see you in the next one. Keep it creepy. Thanks for watching.